Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Season 2, Episode 4 of The Dragon Prince. So I'm gonna try to keep these pre-thoughts and even the afterthoughts a little short today, because there's just a bunch of stuff I'm recording today. Um, so let's just get right into it. Last time, we had Callum having to deal with trying to figure out how to tell Ezrin about their father, and in the end he didn't. But on top of that, Rayla was trying to prove to him that he couldn't trust his old friends. And by the end, she managed to set up a trap that worked and proved that they were not to be trusted, that Soren and Claudia were enemies. And this is you have to realize how heartbreaking this has to all be for Callum. Like, he's getting overloaded with this. I would not be surprised if he starts having nightmares, or if he, like, maybe even just passes out from the stress of it all. Like, legitimately just passes out. I wouldn't be surprised. I have no idea where this is going to go now, though, because they flew off on Fifi, and it's like there's no real telling what's going to happen. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out, basically. Um, but I am excited. We're about halfway through. I think there's 9 episodes in this season, so there's still a lot for them to do here. And I'm certain that Claudia and Soren aren't going to give up. Meanwhile, though, their father, Viren, aka Asshole McGee, has been spying on some spellcaster, maybe? Some person who's inside, who has this, like, study area. Viren has this mirror, and he's been trying to get it to work, and he finally manages to do so. Whether it's by the fire that he used or whatever else. He finally got it to work, and he's spying on this person. However, it also seems that the person knows and was sending him a message basically saying, "Leave me alone, bitch." And it's just, where is that going to go? Like, that's interesting in its own right. Plus, we already know that he sent those writs to the other kings and queens and all. So I'm waiting to see some story with that go forward as well. In the end, I'm just hoping that by the end of the season, Viren gets his just desserts and is either killed, incarcerated, or at least has to go on the run because everybody finds out he's a traitorous fuckwaffle and needs to be, well, something needs to happen with him. Either, again, execution or incarceration. So if he's at least on the run and is branded a bad guy by, the kingdom and everyone else, I would be fine with that. We also haven't seen much of Amara this season. I think, really, we've only seen her at the very beginning of the season. So I'm hoping to see more of her. We did see the scout she sent to watch over and protect the princes, but he ended up getting captured by Claudia and Soren, which is not good. So there's that problem, too. Yeah, I'm hoping that we get to see more of her as the series goes on, too, as the season goes on. Because I just want to see more of her. Like, she's amazing. She's badass. She's strong. She's deaf, which is an amazing thing to show. Like, that deaf people can be badass and strong. Like, do you know how many, like, kids watching this who might be deaf? Do you know how important that will be for them? Like, that's amazing. But anyway, yeah, I'm very, very excited to see where this goes. So let's just get on with it. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So there's really 3 aspects to talk about with this episode. I'm going to start with the one that was focused on, I guess you could say, the least, and that's Viren. So Fucktard was messing around with the mirror again, and seemingly communicating with the person on the other side. And they were trying to have Viren do this, some kind of ritual, but Viren wasn't sure about completing it and had to take some time to think, and in the end, just outright refused and covered the mirror back up. And I'm really surprised by that, because it seemed like this was something that he was really into. But now I guess that the entire summit's happening in order to try and eradicate the Zadian threat. He's not focused on that anymore? I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. But then we get to Amaya. So Amaya and her soldiers are invading some kind of Zadian fortress in this lava-filled area. And they end up getting ambushed, and we have this great fight scene between Amaya and the leader of this Zadian group. The Zadian leader has one of those enchanted swords we've seen before, but on top of that, also can just seemingly imbue herself with the magic, allowing her to apparently just move faster and have stronger physical attack power. That's what it looked like to me. Plus, it gave her a cool glow effect. In the end, Amaya and them managed to escape, and really I think the reason why was because of the one guy. The guy who had sent the signal was captured and was kind of leading them into a false sense of security to be ambushed, but instead he gave Amaya a small sign that was unseeable by the Zadians, which allowed them to be prepared for the attack, which I definitely think helped. So they managed to escape, and I'm just really interested to see where that all goes and where we go with Amaya from here. But the big thing, obviously, is with our main group. So Fifi ends up dropping them off at a cliff because she's tired and just can't carry them anymore due to being so far away from the moonstone or whatever it was. I forgot exactly what it's called. So they go to this little port side town to try and find a ship, and Callum ends up finding a pirate who has 2 eye patches, because apparently his left eye was taken out by a seagull, which honestly is possible. Seagulls are really vicious at points. And then his right eye was taken out by something that attacked him from his left, and he doesn't know what it is. But he agrees to help them, and they head out. And apparently he really understands the wind. And I compared it to Toph from Avatar, which, as you know, Giancarlo Volpe worked on both, so maybe there is inspiration there. But yeah, he sees with the wind. He uses the wind as well as help from his parrot, of course, to be able to see and be able to tell him like which direction he's going, where everything around him is. And it's really fascinating. It's really cool to see that in another series like this. So they head out and they end up getting caught in the storm and they have to dock. And with the parrot at his side, he really is good at steering that ship through a storm and around all those rocks and shit. Like, he handled that perfectly. But they stop, and Callum decides to take Zim to go and try and connect to the Air Arcana. And I think that's what the Moon Lorn was called too, the Moon Arcana. But he he ends up going to the top of this building where there's a lightning rod, and he's like about to kill himself, let's be honest, but decides not to, and that's when Zim is struck by lightning. Zim ends up getting away scot-free, of course, because Storm Dragon. But I think that Callum has learned a bit of a lesson here. Now, the question is, will Callum end up connecting to the Wind Arcanum, or whatever it's called, at some point? Honestly, I think that's what they're leading to. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I honestly think he is. I don't know how, I don't know when. It might be by the end of the season, might not be in this season. But I definitely think that they're leading to him somehow forging a connection with it and being able to use natural magic. Not dark magic, natural magic. I'm really fascinated to see how that's going to work. Now, with Amaya and her soldiers, they do not know about what's going on with anything back in the kingdom. They don't know about what's going on with the princes. All they know at this point is that the princes are gone. Amaya sent out a scout to find them, and that Amaya's translator is supposed to be helping with that. So, yeah. In fact, he was supposed to be leading the search party before Viren decided to send out his children instead and lock the translator up. I don't remember his name. Which, I'm thinking if Amaya and them are going to be heading back now, because they were shown leaving that Zadian place, and they find out about this, oh, shit's going to go down. Maybe this is going to be how Viren is going to have a fall from grace. Maybe this is going to be how he's going to end up becoming an enemy of the kingdom. Like, what if he's holding this summit and Amaya returns right at that point? Or, like, even right before then. And shit goes down because of that. She finds out her translator's been imprisoned and shit, and oh, that could be awesome. That's all I can think of right now for how that's going to go. As for continuing on their way, I don't know where or what is going to happen with our main crew at the moment. Because now that the storm's dying down, they're probably going to sail out again. But yeah, I just don't know where they're going to go, what they're going to do. There's a lot of possibility because they're on the open sea. There's a lot of different islands and stuff they could stop at. A lot of different places, a lot of different people they could meet. All kinds of stuff. So we're just going to kind of have to take it as it goes. But we didn't see any of, as I mentioned, we didn't see any of Soren or Claudia this episode. Now, they captured the scout who was tracking them from Amaya's group, or was tracking the princes. So I wonder if they're going to use him to find the princes. Because I don't see how else they would be able to find them at this point. I still think they're going to end up turning to the side of good, but I just don't know how that's going to come about either. I guess we'll see in the future. For now, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of Dragon Prince Season 2, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you want to check out any of my social media links and more, please check them out over to the side. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please leave those down below. In the meantime, though, thank you so much once again for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See you all next time.